Hi, everybody. Again, this is going to be a quick um, overview of how to get started in Revit. We're going to put together a basic floor plan in Revit and get everyone used to using the user interface. First, we want to go to the big R. We learned the applications menu. There's the big R. Oh, I'm sorry, here, File. And we'll go to New. And we'll select a new project. And then once we get there, we'll be prompted for a template here. You can create your own. For this lesson, we'll use the architectural template, and we'll click OK. Okay, now, as we learned about the user interface, this is our drawing area. But what we want to do is, the first thing we really need to do is, let's go to the north elevation, and let's define our levels here. Now, these are the defaults, and you'll have level 1 and level 2. Okay, now what we want to do here, what we can do generally, we want to name, we can name these levels. So we can just double click on here where it says level, and we'll call this ground floor. Press OK, and just click outside, and it'll say would you like to rename to corresponding views, and we'll say yes. What that's doing is renaming the level here. Okay, now here we'll call this one, we'll leave this one as, we'll just call this top level for now. Or we'll say ceiling level. Well, let's just call this first floor. Well, let's call it, we call it upper level. And we'll click outside. And yes, we want to rename this to corresponding views. So now we have two levels. Now what we can do here also is normally in our US, for a little simple project like this, we're going to give this a elevation of 8 feet. That's normally what our ceiling height would be. This is just for reference. So now we have it. What we did, first thing this is you want to do, you want to go and show these levels. So now we can go to this ground floor. And another way we can do this, let's go back to the north elevation. We can also double click here and it'll put us in the ground floor. Now what we have here are view indicators telling us each view, which is here, are north, south, east, and west. Okay? Now, we want to be in the ground floor here. And we want to start drawing walls. So we're in the architecture tab. We'll select wall. And then we'll go here to our draw panel. And we'll select this shape. And we'll just simply draw a rectangle here. About there. In fact, let's change the scale here. Now also we can adjust the scale here. So let's make this 1/2 inch scale. Well, make it a 1/4 inch. See, you can change the scales here. You notice what happens? The drawing simply adjusts to the scale. So back in the draw panel, we'll draw a rectangle here. Now, this is our options bar. And it's giving us all these different options of height. So what we want to do here, this is the height or depth. Now here we can go 20 feet. So it's going to default at 20 feet. But we can set it to the upper level. So let's just do upper level here. And let's go in and draw our wall. We'll just draw a box, say that size. Okay, now let's just go back. Let's back check here. Let's undo this, and I want to show you something else here. We draw a wall, and we'll have all of these wall types. Now, walls are system families, and they're loaded, preloaded in the Revit. So let's go with exterior brick on CMU for our wall type, and then we'll have our options set. It's set at upper level. If we go unconnected, it'll just go to the default 8 feet anyway, or whatever you want to set here for elevation. But let's go to the upper level. We'll draw a wall. There you have it. Now, down in our view bar below, it's set to fine, details levels coarse. So we want to set this to fine so we can actually see the wall we just placed in. See? This is our exterior wall on CMU. Okay, now at this point, now we want to go and look at our north elevation. See, our wall is placed in that view. And we can go to the south elevation, and there's our south wall, our east, and our west. Now, we're going to go back to our ground floor. And let's go in and place some interior walls. Okay, now, so we'll go back to our wall on the ribbon. We go to our wall types. And we'll go with interior walls. So we have all these wall selections. So I would just say interior wall. Generally, we'll have an interior, this guy here, interior 5-inch or 4.78 inches, 1 hour rating. And so what you'll do is you just go in and place some walls. There's a wall there. Let's place one here. Now I want to show you this as well. Now, once you place a wall, you'll notice these witness lines will come up. You can select this line and you can change the dimension here at any time. So let's say we want to make this 20 feet. We can just go and say 20, and it'll adjust the wall to that location. And then another thing we can do here with walls, we select the wall. Now here it says, these are our options. And now here we want to go wall center line. We have core, finish face, exterior, core exterior, finish face exterior. So what happens here is, if I select, we're going to go wall center line. And what happens is it'll adjust to the center line of the wall. Now in another instance here, we can go and say wall finish face, and it'll select and align to the finished face of the wall. That's just depend on your preference of what you want to do, but that's what that means in the options bar. So we'll go through and continue to add walls here. Just do any kind of walls you like. Revit will remember the last wall you placed. So we've got a basic interior wall here. Okay. Now again, what you can do with these witness lines, you can also tick here, and that'll be a permanent dimension. And then if you want to round this off, so let's make this 15 feet. There you have your 15-foot wall. And now again, what happened here, we did core faces, center faces for these walls. And the dimensions are going to align to the center. That's why they're aligned to the center. So let's move on. And we'll just lay these out any type of way. So I will go here. There's another wall. There's a wall here. And a wall here. Okay, now also you can modify these walls. You want to change this wall here and make this 35 feet. Give it a nice clean dimension. So you get the idea of what's happening here. You're basically going in and okay. So we'll add another wall here. Let's just do that right there. Okay. Now, so, and again, you can tick on this guy and change these to the actual dimension you want. This is a really nice feature that I love about Revit. Okay, so now we have our basic floor plan. Now what we'll do now is we'll go and look at our 3D view. Which is here. So there's our floor plan. So a good thing you want to do here is you want to go set this to fine and this paperly to consistent colors. And there's our walls. Now, what we want to do now is we want to go to view and we want to close hidden view. This closes all of the other views that I left open. And we want to open up our ground floor level and we want to window tile this. Window tile is just selecting this option here. So now we have our two views. We have our floor plan and the walls we placed. Okay? And we can do a lot of things here. We can go into our option, modify, and we can select these walls. We can change them around. We can move them. So let's say we want to move this wall back to 11 feet. And there you have it. Very simple. Now let's go and place doors in our plan view. So to place a door, all you have to do is go and select the insert. We'll go load families. And we'll go to doors. And then Revit gives us a selection of all type of doors. We can create our own doors as well. So we want to hit residential. And let's go find exterior door. Okay. Let's do an exterior door side up. We don't want to do that. Let's do an exterior door. Okay. And these are all our door types. And we'll just select, let's select the 72 by 80. Or you can select any kind you want. The door is loading up. Boy, slow it down. We'll go to door here. And there's our door. Let's select more interior doors. So what you do, you just want to go in here and just add your elements. This is like the fun part of River that I like, modeling things in. So we want to select another type door. And here we go into our type selector, and these are all the doors that I previously loaded. So let's go with a 36 by 80, and we'll set that door here. Now let's look at these dimensions again. I want to show you this. You grab the door, And then this is 2 foot 6 Atlantic in a good spot, but what we can do, we can select this and it becomes a permanent dimension, and we can lock this door in this location. And what happens when you lock the door, you can actually move this wall, and that 2 foot 6 inches will stay constrained to that location. That's pretty good. So let's add more doors. Remember, Rivet, remember your last door, which is, I think, is good. Now let's go in here again and let's look at these arrows. These are flip arrows. It'll change the location of the door. So if you put it in the wrong place, that will split the doors into the right location. Let's add more doors here. Now you can do this plan. And another thing, you can hit the space bar, and then you want to go and always hit cancel, go back to the command, and you want to change it to 2 foot 6 to keep it consistent with the other door. That's great. And then we will lock that, constrain that one. So that's constrained. So let's just add a few more doors, and now looking in the 3D view, you'll see your model is filling up. I think we'll need, let's just place a couple more doors. This is just a brief overview of how to do a simple little plan in Revit. Here's another door. We want to, and I think we'll constrain this to 2 foot 6 as well. Now to change this, you go 2 space 6. Revit understands that to be 2 foot 6 inches. Yep, there you go. Pick the dimension and let's lock it, constrain it to that location. So there you have doors. Now let's go and add one more door, one more exterior door. Go to the type selector, exterior door. We'll set it there. Okay. Now we've got our plan done, and the next thing we'll need to add windows. So let's go and add window. These are default fixed windows that are already there, but again, you can go to the Insert tab, Load Family, and go down to where it says Windows, which is always at the bottom. And there's a whole selection of windows that we can select from. Let's just sort of let's do these casements. I remember any kind you want, you can use. And so there's our casement window, and we'll zoom in, and there's our window placed. Set one here as well. Now, you see what's happening here? We're adding windows. So let's say, for instance, this larger one, let's add a different type. So we can, one other thing, these strips, arrows, that's basically the front is showing the flip arrows on the outside. So let's take this window here, and let's edit this type. So in the type selector, we have a larger type window. Let's just go select the 36 by 60 and place OK. And then you have the larger window. Unfortunately, that window won't fit our ceiling, so let's just go back and change him while he's still highlighted. Let's make him a 36 by 48. There. I think they're all 36 by 48. Yep, let's make him something different. Let's edit type. Let's make him a 24 by 72. Well, I don't think that's going to work. Nope, no. Went the wrong direction. Edit type again. You get the idea, I see. I hope, anyway. Let's go with a 24 by 48. There you go. And let's just put 2 here. We'll move this one. We can move it here. We can move this one to 4 feet from that wall. And we can copy this guy now. Okay. So there. Let's add a few more windows. Well, I don't think that guy's going to fit again. I put him in. I don't know why I did that. Oh, he fits. So let's go. We got one there. We can copy this window around down to here and there. Now there's our simple floor plan. Now to finish this off, let's add a floor here. So in our architecture tab on the floor, let's go to architectural floor. Now on the draw panel, we can draw lines or we can pick lines. I like this command called pick walls. So we'll pick the walls here. We'll pick that wall. So as we pick the walls of the floor plan of the walls will select and be the boundaries for the floor, which is a nice command. So after that point, you go into this red X and green X. When you're done, you can always click the green X, and there's our floor. The floor has different properties too, as well. This floor can change. We can change this floor to different types. We can change it to wood or ceramic tile, or just about any type you want. So anyway, this is a brief session on how to create a floor plan getting started in Revit. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you liked it. Bye.